हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू स्टडी लूप आईएएस। हम देख रहे थे वेस्टर्न पॉलिटिकल थॉट एंड उसमें वी डिड प्लेटो एंड एरिस्टोटल. होप यू लाइक द वीडियोस. नाउ टुडे वी विल बी लुकिंग अपॉन मैकियावेली. सो हमारा अप्रोच वुड बी सेम व्हेनेवर वी आर स्टडीइंग अबाउट अ थिंकर. हम यही देखेंगे कि हु वाज द थिंकर, व्हाई ही डिड दैट, वेयर डिड ही कम फ्रॉम, एंड what was his basic purpose behind giving his theories or ideas and everything. Now we saw Plato was an idealist and Aristotle on the other hand was a person who wanted to bring about the best practicable state. Plato wanted to bring about the ideal state. He wanted to bring about, Aristotle wanted to bring about the best practicable state जो practically possible है वो सब. So he criticized Plato and we saw all that. Now coming to Machiavelli. जब हम Machiavelli की बात करेंगे, he, for me, according to me, personal opinion, I think he was a very funny thinker because most people criticized him for being too different of his times, because when we look into Machiavelli, his ideas were very much different from the other two thinkers, because he justified politicians who were not on the conventional basis. हम जैसे think करेंगे कि politicians should be good, they should be well behaved, they should be truthful, they should be righteous, and all these concepts. But Machiavelli, on the other hand, he was like, the basic term Machiavellism करके एक term होता है. The term itself is widely used as a negative term to characterize unscrupulous politicians, and he has described all these things in his book The Prince, and the politicians who are completely of immoral behavior and who are dishonest, and they're killing innocents, and they're being normal and effective in politics. They're doing all this for the nation's sake. Machiavelli was very cool with it. He was okay with it. According to him, he 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 has defined a certain characteristics of how a politician should be in his book The Discourses and his book The Prince. Okay, so let's look into who Machiavelli was, where did he come from, and what all he wanted to do. Okay, so Machiavelli was born in Florence in the year 1469. So उस time पे the Medici, his father was a lawyer. So since his father was a lawyer, in those times he was a lawyer, it means he was from a very well-to-do family, and he received a very nice formal education at the same time. And since he had a very good education, he became the secretary of the city. Okay, the Florence government. So उस time पे Medici family, they used to rule Florence, and उस time पे he was a diplomat. Secretary means he was a diplomat. Then what happened, it was like the Medici family was, for some reasons, let's not get into that because that's a part of world history which is altogether very much unrelevant at the current point of time. So this time pe the Medici government was very much, they caused a lot of discontent among the people. So they were brought down from the power by brought down from the republic, and then they were exiled. The Medici government was, people were exiled, and after that time, it led to the rise of a very good man called as his name was Savonarola, Girolamo Savonarola. So he was a Dominican friar, and he was an active preacher for the Renaissance in Florence. Oh, he was a very basically he was a normal guy who spoke about having a very good Christian ethics, and being he denounced the clerical corruption and despotic rule and exploitation of the poor by the Medici government, and he wanted to develop France into a state which was ideal, which he said that we would be declaring for Florence to be the new Jerusalem and the world of center for Christianity, and a government which would be based on complete Christian ethics, wherein the ruler the ruler, whoever will be the ruler. In this case, it was Girolamo Savonarola. He said the ruler would be very much uh, the ruler would be very much what do you say? He would be considerate. He would not exploit the poor. He would not be bad towards the people, and he would be very nice to the people. See, I'm giving a brief insight about what happened just to understand the things that are in and out nearby there, so that you get the things correctly. But then what happened? Because of this Savonarola's regime, the Pope's existence got threatened because this guy was too good that the Pope started feeling threatened because of because of this guy, and then so the Pope tried to execute him. He was hung in front of the people and was burnt alive, and and उसी time पे Niccolo Machiavelli, our current thinker, he was elevated from the position of a secretary to that of a kind of ruler, not not a ruler, but an unsuccessful general, you can say. And once Savonarola was dethroned, and when the Medici government came back to power, uh, Niccolo Machiavelli was thrown off from power, and he was punished and exiled from Florence. So, according to him, Savonarola was a very good man. So Savonarola was a very good man. So उस time पे, since he being very good, what happened to him? He was easily overthrown. उसको easily निकाला गया for no reasons. And even though they gave reasons for it, but he was thrown off the power just because he was very good and he didn't do anything immoral. So Niccolo Machiavelli's ideas got modified. He had this frame of thought that politicians are immoral or should be immoral or bad for a reason, and they do it for bringing honor and maneuver to the state. That means if a politician is bad or behaving immorally or persecuting a certain set of people, he is doing it for the glory of the nation. If he's being immoral, that does not mean he is being immoral for his personal sake. He is being immoral for the national sake. And he says simple straight people don't stand a chance in making good rulers. कि भाई सीधा साधा आदमी इस दुनिया में कुछ नहीं कर सकता, उंगली टेढ़ी करनी पड़ती है. That's what his he was like, being nice may be good, but what citizens need is effectiveness. You can say there are certain set of rulers who are good, but because because a good person cannot make effective decisions, because effective decisions should be made with reason, situation, context, and all these factors. You can say signing a nuclear pact or a friendship treaty with some other nation by our country, by the ruler of our country, is effective. But considering, if I was a very good person, I'm considering moral ethics and everything, I would say no, it is very bad to sign a treaty with some other country to get protection for some other country, because we all are equal. So me being good and me being effective is different. So Machiavelli was like, politicians are immoral and bad for a reason, and they do it to bring honor and maneuver to the state, and good people don't stand a chance in making good rules. Okay, so far so good. Okay. Now his concerns. Now, what were his concerns actually? With temporary situations in Italy, it was very bad. The society was very corrupt, and mostly the Roman Church, had a lot of influence in the Roman Church had a lot of influence in the governance, and they were basically corrupt. They were basically corrupt. That was Niccolo Machiavelli's basic problem. कि भाई society corrupt है. The people are also very much what do you say? Since the society is corrupt, the people are also very nasty. They're very brutish, and their lives are very cheap. Their lives are coward. They are, all of them. These people are coward, and all these factors. So he was like, he was basically born in a very bad time, where he was born in a situation where born in a corrupt society. He was born where people were nasty, the people were cruel, the people were brutal, people were cowards. Okay, so इसका अभी now we'll be thinking कि यार मैकियावेली का significance क्या होगा? We saw his concerns, we saw his ideologies, we saw the context. We know he was born in a very bad situation. So what is the significance of Machiavelli's thinking?